Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. I gotta make a couple adjustments here. La 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 la. Warble, warble. Huh. Interesting. Why isn't it playing? I don't get it. Oh yeah, I better bring some shit up. What, cat? You're gonna bother me during the show, aren't you? Stupid cat. Smelly cat, smelly cat. Smelly cat. Actually, let me close this. And close this. And even close this. Close a whole bunch of this shit I don't need right now. Smelly cat. Tina's making cookies. Nom 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 nom. Alright. Close, close, close. Alright. I think we might be ready. We might be ready. Where's my music? There it is. Where are my bitches? Alright, here we go.
Look at you! You was popping all that good shit a second ago, then you got kicked in your chest!
buenas noches y bien. Fucking cat, get off my fucking microphone cable. Anyway, what's going on? As I'm fighting the cat and smelling Tina's delicious cookie making. It is about that time. It is 8:32 p.m. on the East Coast, Wednesday, January 23rd, 2013, and this is episode number 28 of the Rusty Razor podcast. Is this me? Yes, it is. That is me. And I'm by myself because Tina's in the kitchen, and I'm going to beat the cat with the microphone if he's not fucking careful. Although Tina wouldn't mind that much. Anyway. What's up, everyone? There's actually no one in the chat room, which is fine, I guess. No one wants to be here with me. But whatever. Yeah, well, it happens. I think even Reverend Dom thought I forgot I was going on. Or maybe he didn't believe that I was going on tonight. He of such little faith. Anyway, my name's Designated Dave. This is the RRP on DIU TV. And, yeah. We're here. I'm here, at least. You know, Tina's in the kitchen because she doesn't want to be here.
Cut that bitch off!
But, whatever. I can't fault her. Anyway, alright, let's go ahead and just get into it. Where are we at? Where's my music? Oh, shit. Why am I hearing myself? Where are my bitches? There we go. Okay, and ooh, I get delivery of cookies. It's it's a random plate of cookies that just appeared out of nowhere. It's a floating thing of cookies. See, you are funny sometimes. I got a cookie. It's a mini cookie. Look, it's a mini cookie. I think I got the runt. Yeah. No problem. So, let's get plug out of the way. If you want to call in, Skype's up. 203-437-7442. Facebook.com/Rusty Razor Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Now, normally we don't do the show on Wednesday. But due to sickness and other things beyond my personal control, we didn't do it last Sunday. We didn't do it this past Sunday, so here we are today. And we'll probably be back on the air again this coming Sunday. Because apparently Dom likes us to be the lead in the show, so that's cool. Speaking of Dom, the Lurch and Dom live broadcast airs Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on DIUTV.com. Rich and the Angry Pirate, go to youtube.com/TheRealDoItUp to watch episodes of that show. NEFProWrestling.com. And by the way, go to AskDIUTV.com or AskDIUTV on the DIUTV website. Ask any question to any member of any DIU show, anything you want, and they will answer it on their respective show. What else we got? NEFWProWrestling.com, ActionFigureTherapy.com, BlackRoseMinerals.com, because Primo needs to keep the lights on, NDEntertainment.com, BankingBad.com, LargerThanLifeRockstar.com, and Lurch used to be the Random News Retriever. Pre-news goodness, I got none. I'm gonna beat the cat. So, news, sweetie, since you can hear me. Mom awoken by cat finds python wrapped around 2-year-old daughter. An Australian woman was awoken by her hissing cat early Sunday. See, you should listen to the cat when he hisses at you. Maybe he's trying to tell you that there's a snake. To find a python wrapped around the arm of her 2-year-old daughter. Tess Guthrie, a 22-year-old from Lismore, New South Wales, said the 6-foot python was wrapped 3 times around her daughter's arm. Quote, I thought I was having a nightmare, Guthrie told a local television news station. It was... See, television used to have the Energizer Bunny. I have a random 9-month pregnant girlfriend just walking in front of the screen. She keeps going and going. That's her belly. And her boobs. Usually the boobs are a lot more proportionate in comparison to the belly. But given her current situation, it could be worse. She could look like this. So, you won't hear me doing any complaining. Anywho. Quote, I thought I was having a nightmare, Guthrie told a local television news station. It was only because the cat was hissing that I woke up and saw the snake with its body wrapped around my daughter Zara's arm. The toddler was... Oh, you gotta excuse me. I'm still coming off of this fucking sickness that I had, so I'm really congested. The toddler was sleeping in the bed with Guthrie, who pried the snake off of her. But before she could, the non-venomous python bit the toddler 3 times on her left hand. Quote, in my head, I was just going through this unbelievable terror, and my thought was that it was actually going to kill her at first, because it was wrapped so tight. Her little arm was bleeding real bad from the bites, and all I could feel was blood, and Zara was screaming by that stage, and I was in hysterics. Damn it. Because it was such a shocking thing to wake up to. It was terrifying. Zara was taken to a local hospital where she was treated and released. The coastal python, or carper snake, was captured by a local wildlife official and eventually released back into the wild. Quote, the snake had not in any way, shape, or form intended to eat the baby. Snakes don't eat babies. Dingoes do. It was trying to have a group hug. Really? Pythons underneath their bottom jaw have a row of sensors which enable them to see the world in terms of infrared pictures. So in the dark, they're going to see a baby as this warm spot. Of course, snake invasions are nothing new down under. Last month, a 3-year-old Australian boy escaped injury after a collection of eggs he had found in his Queensland yard and snatched into his bedroom closet, hatched into a slithering tangle of deadly snakes.
No.
Are you killing the cat?
No, I can't put his food dishes back. He won't move. No, I can't put them down.
Also in December, a child care center in Darwin was forced to shut down before Christmas because of a snake infestation. According to ABC Australia, snake catchers who were called in when a baby python was spotted found a nest with 23 baby pythons and 41 hatched eggs inside of a wall. Wow. Robbers mistakenly break into a KFC expecting a jewelry store. A pair of crooks in Australia found themselves in an unusual spot when they attempted to tunnel into a jewelry store, but ended up in a KFC on New Year's Eve. This mishap happened near Brisbane, Australia. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. When they saw where they were, the 2 alleged thieves, Peter Welsh and Dwayne Doolin, decided to hold up the customers. They left with about $2,700. But they didn't escape for long. Welsh and Doolin were arrested a short time later. According to a report from Australia's Sky News, the pair, quote, smashed their way through a wall in a communal toilet block tunnel, hoping to enter Wright's Jewelers. Instead, they found themselves in a land of herbs and spices. This was not their first attempt to break into the jewelry store. Before the KFC fiasco, the pair mistakenly broke into an Animal Welfare League opportunity shop, where they stole about $50 from a charity plate. Earlier that evening, Welsh and Doolin also threw spark plugs at the window of the jewelry store, thinking that they might break the glass, and alas, this was not their night. When police confronted Welsh, he made a full and frank admission. He was charged with armed robbery, stealing, burglary, and attempted burglary, which would be the jewelry store. Doolin, his partner in crime, was charged with robbery and stealing. Off-duty cops caught egging the house of a superior officer. Last month, several off-duty police officers were caught egging the home of a superior officer in a small Massachusetts town. The Metro West Daily News has the details. Initially, police from Framingham suspected the dastardly teenagers of the shenanigans. Imagine their surprise when they pulled over the suspicious red car and discovered that the egg tossers were members of the nearby Newton, Massachusetts Police Department. The driver of the car told the Framingham officer that he and his passenger had egged the house, but it was, quote, a joke between friends. When the on-duty officer returned to question the owner of the yoked home, he came across a third Newton police officer who also admitted to having participated. The homeowner told the Framingham officer that he would deal with the pranksters internally. Man pays off $14,000 property tax bill with dollar bills and coins. Paying bills can be a hardship, especially ones that total $14,000. Larry Gasper of Redding, California, thanks to the generosity of friends and family, was able to pay a substantial property tax bill without the use of a checkbook. Gasper fell into difficult times several years back. Quote, I had to borrow some money. I missed a few payments on my home to pay for my taxes for this piece of property. My grandkids' piggy banks, my daughter's piggy banks, my money, my change, and a lot of other people who offered to help a bit. Gasper loaded up all that help in the form of coins and $1 bills into the back of his car and with the help of a wheelbarrow and delivered it to his county tax collector's office. In a wonderful understatement, KRCR-TV notes that it took the tax collectors, quote, a while to count. And natural selection at its finest, Florida man killed after dog steps on gas pedal. We've all seen tragic headlines about a man being killed by his best friend, but this sad story out of the Sunshine State is truly bizarre. James Campbell died after his dog jumped into his van and landed on the vehicle's accelerator. The Associated Press reports that Campbell, 68, had just returned home with Iris Fortner, 56, who had backed up to the driveway of their Florida Panhandle home. Campbell got out and stepped behind the vehicle to open the gate, and the Fortner opened the driver's side door to see where he was. That's when her boxer bulldog reportedly jumped in, landing on the vehicle's accelerator. The Florida Highway Patrol said Fortner tried to stop the van, but Campbell was already trapped underneath it. He was pronounced dead at the scene by officials. In separate but related news, a New Zealand rescue dog trainer who has been teaching dogs to drive cars captivated millions of viewers last month. In that case, the dogs were strapped into modified car sets and were trained to step on the accelerator and brake pedals when issued specific commands. And that wraps up our helping of the news. Anywho, it is 8:43. That means news only took about 10 minutes. See, this is what happens when you follow the timeline and nothing else. It goes quick. Well, anyway, I guess we'll go into music. That's who I am. We're going to play a two-shot. We're going to play Gargantua Soul, No Oasis, and Make You Sick from Deuce Bug. It is 8:43 p.m., and this is the Rusty Razor Podcast on DIU TV. But ended up
Seems like holy friends, but against a man from Connecticut accused in that failed Times Square bombing.
He is a man who seemingly built a quiet life here in Connecticut, yet confessed to receiving bomb training in Pakistan.
We have team coverage tonight, beginning with News 8's Aaron Cox in New York City, outside court in Lower Manhattan.
Of atoms, the
We did not actually...
sitting under surveillance, man.
Yo.
So forth and so
Yo,
on.
man.
I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you. I speak realness, I don't talk a lot of shit, but I gotta admit a lot don't got a grip on reality. You just letting the clock tick, but I speak from my heart like my heart's got lips. I'm gonna make you see and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you believe and it's gonna make you wish you didn't make believe, but it's too late. You date with doomsday, 2 days, screw fate.
In 2010, prescription drugs account for 49% of national expenditures. Been lost for the county or budget in the break in the war. $100 billion per year.
I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you. Coming in you live from the border war, or the holy war, or the war before the war on drugs, or the court order war. Even I'm starting to feel like a lord of war. I'm not Yuri Orlov, but it's normal for anybody growing up in similar corridor. With a TV and YouTube, it's torture galore. But the experts never been waterboarded before.
30% of U.S. troops develop mental health conditions. Less than biggest punch from returning from duty.
I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you. I'm gonna take you back after the fact. It'll take your breath away like an asthma attack. Everybody's so slow, remote control. Everything you think you know, you only supposedly know. They drop clues, the problem's not you. Problem is not true, cause it's on Fox News. They got you where they want you. Population controlling you, not you.
The wealthiest 1% of adults on Earth own over 40% of all global assets. Correctional control today built out of 10 American slaves in the early United States.
I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you. We got fashion show fashions, hipster Democrat chicks, candidates on patches on the back of their jackets, tacky classless. We all know a few who only voted cause Diddy rocked the vote too. It's over for you, I got news for you. We the people and we the futures to choose for you. Educate yourself, dedicate your lives, and don't be patronized, and maybe you'll stay alive. Maybe not.
Computer programmers testify that Florida politicians hide free the attention, private down to bring election vote count.
I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you sick. I'm gonna make you sick and it's gonna make you.
The legal prescription drug business is now the most profitable business in the United States. For the 7 hours flat on ready to subsidize by the United States government. Only 3 out of every 20 approved drugs penetrate others cover developmental costs. Running opposition is to buy it outright.
What?
Is there a lot of the show left?
Is there a lot of the show left? Why?
I was wondering if you're dropping off my phone.
Oh, yeah. No. Mixed martial arts and that'll. And yeah. Tina wants me to hurry up.
No, I'm not trying to rush you.
And you know what's funny about that? Look at the stream on the left. That's actually delayed at least 6 minutes right now. Because it hasn't even got to the break yet.
No.
I don't know what the hell the other deal with Justin TV is anymore. Blog TV's working just fine. I don't know what the fuck Justin TV's going. That's who I am. And we're back. It's 8:51. And let's jump into And no, see, you saw that come in, but see, you're not right there, so this is still delayed. All right. Let's jump into mixed martial arts news. We'll start with the UFC on FX 7 results from January 19th at the Bobby Smith Arena in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ildemar Alcantara defeated Wagner Prado with a knee bar, 239 in round 2, that one submission of the night. Wagner Prado needs to never, ever, ever again grow that mustache. Me and Tina both agree that he needed to be sitting down with Tom Brady and Chris Hansen speaking about what he's doing at that little boy's house. Yuri Alcantara fought Pedro Nobre to a no contest. The fight was stopped due to punches to the back of the head. And notice how I'm doing the quotes. Because only one punch landed to the back of the head, and the other ones were quite legal, yet referee Dan Mergliotta stopped the fight at 2 minutes and 11 seconds into round 1. Dana White officially awarded Yuri Alcantara his win bonus, even though the fight was ruled a no contest. Edson Barbosa defeated Lucas Martins by submission via punches, 238 in round 1. Khabib Nurmagomedov defeated Thiago Tavares with a knockout via elbows, a minute 55 into round 1. Nurmagomedov advances to 19-0. Big heavyweight match, and this was nice. Gabriel Gonzaga defeated Ben Rothwell by a guillotine choke, a minute 1 into round 2. CB Dalloway defeated Daniel Sarafian by split decision, 29-28, 28-29, and 29-28. That one fight of the night, both guys got $50,000. And Vitor Belfort defeated Michael Bisping with a TKO via head kick and punches, a minute 27 into round 2. That got knockout of the night for another $50,000. All right, what else we got here? Let me go ahead and load these up. Could have very well been doing this during the music break. I do realize this. Don't judge me. Shush you.
No, I'm not laughing at you. That made me laugh.
Yeah, I've seen that one. All right. UK heavyweight boxer Tyson Fury made the MMA news site last week when he attacked UFC champion Cain Velasquez on Twitter, calling him a midget on steroids. Today he continued hurling assaults at MMA fighters, this time taking aim at British middleweight Michael Bisping. Quote, "I hear I'd get killed by Velasquez. Not in a million years," Fury wrote on Twitter. "I think Michael Bisping is a first-class prick. Him and Velasquez at the same time couldn't beat me. My friend KO'd Bisping. Ask him." Bisping may have been looking for a verbal war, as he had taken to Twitter earlier to defend Velasquez. Quote, "Everyone just ignored this excuse of a man, Tyson something. He's trying to get hype. I've never heard of him until he called out Cain." Which is true. I don't know who this fucking guy is. He's a damn foreigner. In October, Eddie Alvarez completed his contracted fights with Bellator. In December, the UFC made him an offer, but Bellator exercised their option to match the offer. A clearly angered Alvarez appeared recently in the MMA Hour and said contract negotiations with Bellator had gone off a cliff. Quote, "Everyone's heard that Bellator has a match and whatnot. It's a difficult situation. We went to settlement a couple days ago. We had a settlement meeting where everything was supposed to get worked out. I was sued maybe 30 minutes after that." Yeah, Eddie Alvarez is being sued by Bellator because fucking cat. Hold on. Yeah, now I'm coming in louder. I don't know why. Yeah, that's way too loud. Hold on. Testing. There we go. Alright, so now I got the fucking pussy off of me. Eddie Alvarez is being sued by Bellator. Says, quote, "They're going to the media and saying they matched the offer, but in our opinion, they didn't match the offer at all. The terms are not the same. If this goes in front of anyone in court, they're going to see that this is not a match. The truth is, this is disappointing. I gave a lot to Bellator, and I didn't ask for get back much in return." The story continues, but it's way too long to get into. On a day in which UFC President Dana White and Ronda Rousey's manager Darren Harvey are busily refuting a recent report about Ronda Rousey's new contract, SportsIllustrated.com has learned of another misreported fact. While White and Harvey are denying that Rousey has agreed to $75,000 per fight and a $75,000 win bonus in her contract, SI.com has learned from a source to the negotiations that Rousey has signed on to fight 6 bouts, not 8. Rousey's team wanted the shorter deal, the source says, because her camp believes her celebrity, and thus earning power, will skyrocket with each win. The greater her popularity, the more leverage Rousey will have to command more money. The shorter contract will allow her to renegotiate and cash in more quickly. It's a business. We are reminded of this. The UFC has expanded business far beyond the octagon when they first opened a series of UFC-branded gyms in the last couple of years. That expansion will see an even larger growth in 2013 as the UFC has purchased the LA boxing franchise, and all of those gyms will soon be converted to UFC-branded facilities. Quote, "We just bought LA Boxing, so all those are going to be converted into UFC gyms," Dana White said when speaking to a trade group at the New Media Expo. LA Boxing was founded in 1992 in California and has more than 60 locations in 23 states. Quote, "The UFC gyms have been huge for us," says Dana White. "It's been an incredible, incredible business for us." Is anyone else watching? Hey, there's 2 people in the chat room. And one of them's Diesel. Shocking. Former UFC heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos recently cited unnamed personal problems as contributing to the loss of his title in a rematch with Cain Velasquez at UFC 155. In an interview with Tatame, JDS said the personal problems were a split with his wife. In an interview on the program's Huck's Cauldron, the Brazilian revealed that he split with his wife of 10 years, Vilsana Picozzi. Damn, Ferner. Quote, "She is the most important person in my life, the person who cares for me, and I want to take care of her forever, but not love her more as a woman." The heavyweight met his ex-wife when he worked as a waiter, before he even thought of becoming an MMA fighter. Poor Dos Santos. This week, coming out of the UFC, all fighters who compete on international events will be tested for performance-enhancing drugs, UFC VP of Regulatory Affairs Mark Ratner told MMAJunkie.com. Additionally, the promotion won't pay fight night bonuses until drug testing results are available. Currently, the UFC offers cash incentives for knockout of the night, submission of the night, and fight of the night. Typically, they are handed out after the event and announced by Dana White. The changes will be in place this weekend when the UFC on FX 7. That's already gone down, so let's go ahead and skip that. This is a good one. UFC on Fox 7 is filling up fast, and the latest edition is a welterweight contest with Fight of the Night written all over it. Matt the Immortal Brown, who went 4-0 during 2012, will face Dan Hardy. It's fucking awesome. Also on UFC on Fox, Ben Henderson will be defending his UFC lightweight championship against Gilbert Melendez, the Strikeforce lightweight champion, and Daniel Cormier will be facing Frank Mir. And this will be all happening on 4/20. I gotta get high in San Jose. As expected, light heavyweights Alexander Gustafsson and Gegard Mousasi will headline an April 6th event at Stockholm's Ericsson Globe Arena, and I'm realizing I still have a cookie in my hand. MMAJunkie.com passed along news of the rumored event earlier today, and UFC executives have made it official. It's being billed as UFC on Fuel 9 or UFC Sweden 2. Gustafsson versus Mousasi will be a 5-round fight. Rampage considers move to boxing. I ain't going to read it.
Why'd you put it on there?
I thought it was interesting. It really was not. And here's more of the Eddie Alvarez information. Eddie Alvarez will head to court on January 25th to seek an injunction that will allow him to sign and fight for the UFC. Alvarez is currently held up after receiving an offer from the UFC that was then matched by his previous employers at Bellator. Under the terms of his original agreement with Bellator, they had matching rights to offer their former lightweight champion equal contract points for any other promotion that tried to gain his services. The UFC did in fact make an offer. In their counteroffer, Bellator literally took the names of UFC and Zuffa off the contract and replaced it with their name, also while dabbling in some extra earning potential for Alvarez. Attorneys hope to prove that the value of the two contracts are not the same due to several additional bonuses that UFC can provide, including pay-per-view points that the fighter can earn with the promotion. Alvarez will seek the injunction in front of federal judge Jose Linares, asking for his freedom to sign with the UFC and hopefully fight on the UFC 159 card in New Jersey, headlined by light heavyweight champion John Jones, defending against the almighty Chael Sonnen. And now, apparently this is going to be a short show. Again, wow. Here we go. Upcoming mixed martial arts events. This Saturday, UFC on the Fox. Johnson versus Dodson for the UFC flyweight title. This also includes Cowboy Cerrone versus Anthony Pettis, Rampage Jackson versus Glover Teixeira, Clay Guida versus Hatsu Hayoki, and Ryan Bader versus Vladimir Matushenko. February 2nd, UFC 156, Aldo versus Edgar for the UFC featherweight title. Will also include Rashad Evans versus Antonio Rogerio Nogueira and Alistair Overeem versus Antonio Bigfoot Silva. February 16th, UFC on Fuel, Barao versus McDonald for the interim UFC bantamweight title. Will also include Cub Swanson versus Dustin Poirier because Dennis Seaver had to pull out due to undisclosed reasons. February 23rd, UFC 157, Rousey versus Carmouche for the UFC women's bantamweight title. Also will include Dan Henderson versus Lyoto Machida and Uriah Faber versus Ivan Menjivar. March 3rd, UFC on Fuel, Silva versus Stan. That is Vanderlei Silva versus Brian Stan. Will also include Stefan Struve versus Mark Kunt. And Takanori Gomi versus Diego Sanchez. And March 16th, UFC 158, St. Pierre versus Diaz for the UFC welterweight title. Yeah, our cat eats cheese curls. We'll also include Carlos Condit versus Rory McDonald. And official as of today, if Johnny Hendricks wins his match against Jake Ellenberger, he is officially the next in line for whoever wins St. Pierre versus Diaz. It is 9:03 p.m. Tina is rushing me out the door, so we will be back on the Rusty Razor podcast on DIU TV. Oh, actually, I should tell you what we're going to play, huh? Elaine by Dive Bomber and The Smirk with the end of Jason Todd. And Tina's like, hurry up, hurry up. They can't see me, sweetie. I've already switched to the fucking video. She's over there hitting the light switch thinking, oh, I'm gonna distract him, but I've already switched to the video. Anyway, we'll be back in a couple minutes on DIU TV.
Wednesday morning, I took a long ride. By Wednesday afternoon, I just broke down inside. It was time to figure out what the plan was this time. About Wednesday evening, I could not stop crying. Every time I've tried, every mistake forgiven. Every time I felt like it was not worth living. I remember my promise, my vow to you. I would not live a lie, I would not be untrue. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Elaine, for my last song, the last song. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This for you, Elaine, my last song, the last song. my lucky break. You were the example of how not to live. I said this my one and only song to the world I give. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. How about that song? How about that song? This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. How about that song? How about that song? This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. The last song, my last song. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. My last song, my last song. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. My last song, the last song. This is the last shot, this is the last call. I can truly say God gave it all. This is for you, Lane. My last song, my last so just be prepared for it. Take this taking time out. 'Cause I ain't what I ain't for you. Take this taking time out. 'Cause you might get what you gave for. Nothing else, nothing honest. So won't you keep it in mind when I'm honest and I'm sincere about it all. Honey, you never ever know. Today you're the punchline, tomorrow the joke. Take this taking time out. 'Cause I ain't what I ain't for you. Take this taking time out. 'Cause you might get what you gave for. Take this time out. 'Cause I get what I ain't for. Take this taking time out. 'Cause I'm
Why not? Why not?
How do you even clean that out of the tub?
Water!
I don't think water would... No.
Just throw the fucking cat in there. It'd be great.
I don't think he'd stay in. I think he'd take him out.
9:12. Tina's trying to get me to rush on things, so I'll go ahead and do that. She's like, you need to hurry up. I need to drop off my car. Feed me the meat. Anyway, we're done. Gonna wrap things up. Rusty Razor podcast, facebook.com/Rusty Razor podcast. Let your Dom come on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Rich and the Angry Pirate, youtube.com/The Real Do It Up. Ask DIU TV. Go to the DIU TV webpage and ask DIU TV. All the other credits are actually listed in the credits section of this show. So why bother trying to, why bother trying to hide the inevitable? Inevitable. I realized I just forgot to do something. We're actually ending tonight with the song Underground Kings by Meta Music, but I think it actually says something completely different on the actual credits video. But no me digas. All right, we'll probably be back on Sunday if this one here decides not to go into labor, and if she does, we won't be back for a while. Say goodbye, Tina. We're gonna take you out with Underground Kings from Meta Music, and thanks for watching. Night.
Everybody rapping and talking about nothing.
Yes, it's the movement. Meta Music, full blast. We're taking this one to the top. Let's go.
1 to the 2, 2 to the 3, you to the end, get used to me, see. Corn is a beast of a whole nother breed. Genetic code reads that of an MC. I spit what I feel, I rhyme how I want. Might pop champagne or I might pop the trunk. Nuh-uh, that's a stunt. I joke and I kid. Find a nice chick, get the poke in the ribs. Stroking and dip, I gotta hit the booth, black out for recession. Balls hit the roof right off of this bitch. Slide over my dick before I offer my kids. That's Lawson just trick. Talking that shit, I am walking that shit. I am awesome at this. Scoping that bricks. And I don't wanna hear about your drama in the streets. Cause you be at home rocking pajamas with the feet. The llamas in the heat, man, your comments kinda weak. If not talking about it makes me a nerd, I kindly be a geek. So pause like a comma when I speak, or get tossed to the wolves like a car in a beat.
So, is X-rated, save it. I thought that I told y'all that so hoes, nothing to play with. I came with a lyrical crew, y'all know the dudes system. Battle rap dudes with us, super maneuvers I'm used to. Burglary boosters, subwoofers for the audio users. A substantial flow for those who oppose the code with pros and cons. My rhymes are remote for those who lyrically shine. I'm the one you know. So tell me my rhymes ain't designed for gold, you know. So the source of light, source of nice on mics with flows harder than dice. What's on the mic, grip it tight like my life is on it. Flows faster than Sonic speeds, my steeds the color of onyx. That's the born shit, nigga, we on shit. That wrong shit, and after this song, best believe you hear that bomb shit.